Arg! Ahoy there, matey! Welcome aboard the world of boating.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
I was just looking into buying a boat of my own.
Call World of Boating toll-free now at 1-8888-28-BOAT. That's 1-888-828-BOAT.
And welcome. This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate, Captain Patrick, Barry the boater, and even Bill the engineer helping us out at the beginning of the World of Boating today. So we got a full crew. And actually, Bill has an entire crew with him today, as you can see on Facebook Live and YouTube and Twitch and the whole thing. And he's wearing some kind of goofy sleeping hat. I don't know. Are you in bed with your crew down in the bunker?
The greater scheme of things, ideally, yes.
Okay. Okay. All right.
She's saying no.
By the way, that is the best ventriloquist act ever.
Wow. Yeah, somebody's on somebody's lap. And
Maybe.
you're going to have to look on YouTube and, well, you've been warned. And we'll leave it at that. So I don't know if he's about to do an act and make his...
Well, that could be a euphemism.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
He just said he needed some eye candy, so I said, well, I'm here. What the hell?
Yeah, well,
right, Bill,
I appreciate
we'll
it.
see you later.
That's definitely an upgrade from Barry the boater. Let me leave it at
thank
that. Huge upgrade. About time we got some real eye candy on this crew. But I don't know, Patrick, I'll hand it off to you and let you explain what Bill and his better half is doing right now.
Well, I know that my absence last weekend was widely talked about by absolutely no one.
No, we did.
So-
We mentioned it.
Yeah. Thank God he's not here.
Oh, so you heard that. Okay.
Yeah, I did.
All right. Well,
So what had happened is Bill and myself and his wife, Tracy, we were fortunate enough to get into this year's Orlando Fringe Festival, which is their 30th. Our play, what, question mark, the Dickens, exclamation point.
okay, that's the title of the play. What?
Yeah, much to
Dickens.
Bill's dismay.
Yeah.
What the Dickens was accepted into via lottery draw into this year's Fringe Theater Festival, and we were in the midst of a outstanding 6-run performance of the play, which was widely praised, critics and attendees alike. Unlike what had happened in 2014, which was the last time that we had performed at the Fringe Theater Festival, and
So the statute of limitations had expired, and you were allowed to perform again.
I got out of Fringe jail.
And just so we're clear, Patrick wrote this play, and but he did not perform in it. Is that right, Bill? Just so we're clear, we don't want to scare anyone away.
100% true. Patrick wrote it. He produced it. He directed it. He made all of these set except for my chair. I brought my chair.
Okay.
But other than that, he did not perform it. The performers are in this particular one box. Tracy plays the Ghost of Marley, and I am Ebenezer Scrooge. And it is available for all of the world to see as a part of the DigiFringe. You can see it when you would like, and this afternoon at 5:25 Eastern Time, 5:25 p.m. Eastern Time, we're doing a live watch party. So if you went to digifringe.com, D-I-G-I Fringe, Fringe.com, you can scroll all the way down. This is the problem with the name being what, question mark, the Dickens, exclamation point.
Yeah.
The two things are, number one, Facebook doesn't like having 2 pieces of punctuation in your title, in your group name or anything. And 2, we are arranged alphabetically on the list of digital shows, so we are next to last. We are the penultimate show on the list for DigiFringe. But scroll all the way down at digifringe.com, and you can watch it anytime you want between now and the 18th of June, or you can join us this afternoon and watch it along with us, because we have not seen it. Patrick has not seen it.
What?
No, because I was backstage, my one and only job, which I have to say, I performed flawlessly was to hand a full tea set up to Bill when he came to the side of the stage.
Other than that, your role was to stay out of visual view,
Yes.
right?
Yes,
And you achieved this goal,
I did.
which explains the great reviews that the play has
Absolutely.
received. Okay.
I setting up the stage, breaking down the stage, and then staying off stage
Right.
during the performance. I hit all my marks.
Yeah.
And Bill, I just want to point out that AAA, What the Dickens, would not have worked as a title.
No, I agree.
Hmm.
But now next one we're gonna call alphanumeric, and then whatever the name is.
Okay.
Alphanumeric.
So you'll work on that for the next one. Fair enough. Yeah. Are there any boating references in this play that you produced there, Patrick, or no?
Yeah, there are many, many boating references that people will enjoy. It may be densely, you might have to read between the lines, but you may pick up on some.
Yeah.
It is definitely a metaphor for boat ownership. That's what it is, and it's,
Okay.
it's an extended metaphor for boat ownership. Look, there's the page right there.
Yeah, Barry's holding it up to the camera
I
on
got
YouTube.
better than
Okay.
that because our final performance, Bill and Tracy presented me with this signed copy of the poster.
Wait, a signed
called me up on
copy.
stage.
Wait. You signed your own poster
No,
and then
Bill
framed
and
it,
Tracy
Patrick?
signed it.
That sounds
Bill
like
and Tracy
Patrick.
signed it, and they had it beautifully framed and presented it to me on stage, which I greatly appreciated and treasured. Because Greg, when I did the radio plays for your True Love Scuba Radio,
Yeah.
all of those scripts I had signed by everybody who performed, and those are actually on the wall behind me. That were all signed and framed because I'm kind of geeky that way.
Well,
And we knew that.
yeah, we knew he's geeky. I mean, anybody's listening to the show can pick that up in an instant. But regardless, we like him anyway. And okay, well, congratulations, gang. And there is a link on the World of Boating Facebook page to this digital version of the play now, right, Patrick? I know you were working on that, right?
Yeah, it's linked on there. And the sad thing is, I know in a week's time when we do this show next week, you will have forgotten all of this.
And your point is what?
And we'll have to go through it all over again. I
No,
just
look
have
at it
that
this way.
feeling.
I'll
Call
have
it a
to-
premonition on my part.
I'll just have to go watch it again, and it'll feel like it was brand new. Like, oh, a new play.
I will get just as equally frustrated, maybe more so, that Greg forgot this entire conversation.
Patrick, Greg needs his jellyfish brain enhancer. He has not been taking his pills.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Your
Anyway.
memory issues.
Yeah, I have none.
You forgot.
I have
about
no
it already.
memories. That's the
right.
point. All right. So anyway, congratulations, and
Thank you for
nice
letting us
hat,
plug-
by the way,
Thank you.
Bill.
Thank you for letting us plug the show.
Yeah.
Now we have to go and try and buy a house.
Okay, go buy a house.
Priorities, yeah.
Well,
Get
with
one
all
on
that
the
fringe
water.
money you guys made, you should be able to have no problem.
That's right.
Yeah.
Go get a house with a dock, and you can, pull a boat back up to it and stuff too. Now that they're swimming in dough after this performance. Guys, thanks for being on the World of Boating. Always a pleasure, and
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
love the hat there, Bill, too.
Well, it makes my head a little less shiny.
Okay.
Oh no. There we go.
Yeah, there's a little snowball on the end of it, the whole thing. And I assume that's from the play. He's not just wearing that
No,
for
actually-
aesthetics.
You would assume that. However, it is 100% not from the play.
Okay, he's just
I
trying
wear
to
it only for promotion.
less skin to win when it comes to Bill the Engineer on the World of Boating.
And by the way,
Better I look.
Yeah.
if you had been a regular listener to this show over the year and you've had an ear to Bill's many accents,
We
they all came
apologize.
into play during this
oh.
performance.
Oh, they all came in. He did. Yeah, you guys are doing like a bunch of accents in this, or at least one.
But
the whole
Tracy does
thing.
one, Bill does many.
Okay. He kind of wanders around his accent in his performance.
It's a little bit of this. It's a little French, a little English, a little Irish,
Okay.
a little Boston.
I originally settled on a pirate.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. But Patrick gives it 2 thumbs up. Thanks, Tracy. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye.
There you go. All right. They're going to log off. And we're going to navigate some boating and
Yes,
news
we
and
are.
things like that. Like what kind of stuff, Patrick? What do we got
All
coming
right.
up?
Well, we've got coming off of the Memorial Day boating weekend. Yeah, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time talking about all the things that people did wrong, but we are going to spend all of our time talking about
What
things
did they
that people
do?
did wrong.
What they get wrong? Okay, we'll just play the song for them. Is that what you'd like to do, or do you want to expound on that?
We're gonna expound. We are gonna talk in great detail of all the craziness that happened out in the water and things that you really shouldn't do. And we're gonna start out in Washington State, where there was an apparent karmic incident of spontaneous combustion.
Huh? That sounds interesting. And we'll discuss it a little bit more in detail next, right here on the World of Boating. Stay close.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
Hosting a radio show about scuba diving and boating is one of the best gigs on the planet. It's actually part of my job to check out and report on cool new products I personally use to enhance my diving and boating adventures. However, I do believe in sharing the joy, and this is why we've added Nanook protective hard cases to our list of products you can now purchase on the merchandise page at scubaradio.com. Nanook cases are designed to protect the most sensitive equipment in the harshest environments. Underwater photographers, listen up. From their high-impact NK7 resin to their exclusive Power Claw latches, Nanook has raised the bar for those of you that demand the best protection for your gear. Plus, Nanook protective cases cost less than similar products currently on the market. The company has been around for over 15 years, but it's new to the U.S., so we've made a small number of Nanook cases available exclusively for you at a special introductory price on the merchandise page at scubaradio.com. Go there now and check out Nanook, the evolution of protection.
Be an explorer in the other 2/3 of your world. Be the buddy who takes the kids in the aquarium instead of just to it. Be adventurous. Be amazed. Be a diver.
Even Keatley wasn't ready for me, or anything that followed. Chased by a police department, led by his ex-girlfriend, and hunted by brain fork-wielding Fijian assassins, it's everything he can do to keep from getting locked up, killed, or worse. Kava Screw is available as an ebook for $2.99 at Amazon.com. Kava Screw. Put a brain fork in him. He's done.
You have successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the World of Boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Hey, what's going on out there?
There's a boat.
Whoa. Is anybody on it?
Yeah, some hairy guy. Oh, wait a minute. He's got company. Oh, farts.
Floating down the river, sailing on the sea, cruising on the ocean, boats are for me.
This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate, Captain Patrick Barry, the boater, rounding out the crew as we navigate the latest boating news and information. All right, so last weekend, Memorial Day weekend, there was an incident. Where was this, Patrick?
Okay, so this was Washington State.
Yeah.
Out on Moses Lake. And this is what happened. And I know this, if our listeners have heard this story, understand we don't, we're not on air every day. We wish we were, right, Greg?
Oh, of course.
But so it may be a little bit of catch up for some of you. Some of you may already be aware of this because I know it hit the news cycle just because of the events kind of that surrounded it. We posted it, I believe, immediately when it hit the news wires. So here's what happened. There was a boat out on the lake, and they were flying their LGBTQ and transgender rights flag. Okay, so they're just out having doing what they want to do. They're sitting out on the water. They got their flags flying. Suddenly, another boat comes by. It's occupants screaming slurs at the boat with the pride flags. One woman even flipped them the bird. This was all caught on camera. The passengers that were in the boat that was flying the pride flags, a man, his girlfriend, his brother, and his brother's partner, were really not bothered too much. And then they became frightened as this boat that started harassing them starts circling their boat. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, I don't particularly care whatever your motivation, but when you've got a boat that's sitting static and you take it upon yourself to start circling that boat with nothing but the intention of harassing them, we're all aware, we're all boaters, we all know what happens when you start cutting circles around
Waves.
that wake that you've created.
You're making it rough. Right.
Creates what can be a very, very dangerous condition. And be aware, you are responsible for the wake that you create and any damage that may occur as a result
that activity.
of that.
Yeah. Okay.
And at this point, again, whatever your motivation, whether they were flying LGBTQ flags, if they were flying a Trump flag, a Biden flag, whatever, you taking it upon yourself to start circling that boat and yelling slurs and flipping them off, but now creating a condition that can be hazardous, you are
responsible.
being the worst kind of boater that there could possibly be. Now, again, this was all caught on camera, so this boat is circling them. Then the boat makes a sharp turn back towards them, went around them. Again, this people on this boat are yelling out slurs, gays, all this other stuff. They circle this boat 6 to 7 times, churning up the water. Then they tried to speed away, and as they hammered down, they left a large cloud of smoke, which is not a good sign. They heard a loud backfire, a sputter, and then this boat that had been circling this other boat, harassing them, exploded.
Wow.
Burst into flame. The people that were heckling and creating this condition are now in the water, and guess who comes to their rescue?
How about that?
The people that were flying, that were doing nothing but enjoying their time out on the water,
Yeah.
and had their pride flags flying, now come to the rescue of these people that had been harassing them and creating such an unsafe condition. Now they are literally thrust into the arms of the people that they had been harassing.
Well, how did it end? Did they all get along and like, okay, we're sorry. Thanks for saving our lives.
You would think that a bigger person would say, you know what? We are, first of all, thank you for coming to our rescue. Call it karmic justice or whatever. We apologize. We really shouldn't have been doing that. You know, again, we may not agree with your lifestyle choices or the lifestyle or the fact that, which again,
Yeah,
keep
who
that to
cares?
yourself.
Did they thank him or not?
No.
Well, what did they do?
No.
What did they do? What happened?
Well, the passengers did not thank them, let alone apologize, as their rescuers called 911 to get them help. These people were burned and screaming for help, as if they didn't just flip us off while trying to make waves. And
Well, just as a legal matter, I believe, aren't they legally obligated to call help them, assist them if they're the only vessel nearby?
No, you're not legally obligated to do anything.
You don't have to put yourself in danger. This boat was on fire. I have different points of view about helping those type of people.
Well, we can talk about that.
Yeah.
Obviously, these people took it upon themselves to lend aid to the very people that would denigrate them, and harass them in such a manner that created an unsafe boating condition. These people, to say that they walk among the saints would probably be a little bit of an understatement.
Well, it's classy. It's a classy move. It's what you should do.
It's not classy. It's humanitarian.
Okay. Regardless, they did the right thing by going to help them, despite the fact that they had almost tried to sink them or were giving them grief, and which was just a mess. But what I'm trying to find out, I didn't see the story, Patrick. So when the boat blew up, did the people on that other boat end up in the water, or were they still on the boat? Okay, there's no legal obligation if you're near. Yeah, I know, but if you're in a boat and that happened to anybody, I mean, take all this political stuff or social stuff out of the mix here. Aren't you legally obligated to help somebody?
No.
If they're drowning in the water next to your boat?
No.
I thought there was some kind of issue that you're supposed to. You can't just sit there and watch someone drown, can you?
Yes, you can. In fact, there was a case here in Florida where this guy went out swimming in one of these retention ponds, and these people on the shore watched him struggle and drown, and they were going to try to charge these people. And then the state attorney was like, "We got nothing to charge them with. It's not against the law to watch somebody die."
Huh. I thought there was some kind of maritime rule or law or something that you're supposed to
let me ask you this.
lend assistance.
If you saw an accident on the freeway and a car burst into flame, are you legally obligated to go render aid to that person that's trapped in the car?
Well, it's one thing if they're trapped in the car, but if they're outside the car and you are available.
If they're outside the car, are you legally obligated to render aid?
If there's no threat to you, why wouldn't you, I guess?
But you're not legally obligated.
Okay, well, we'll continue this discussion on the other side. Maybe I'll have to Google it. More coming up on the World of Boating.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
Traffic sucks, unless you're scuba diving with Mike Scott.
Mike glanced down at his dive computer. It showed less than 50 PSI left in his tank. Probably just a few more breaths.
Or riding shotgun in a thrilling car chase.
One bullet hit the Jeep's windshield, spiderwebbing the passenger side. Mike shifted into second gear and felt the Jeep leap forward. This just got serious.
Escape your commute with audiobooks from author Eric Douglas. Download to your phone. Go to booksbyeric.com or audible.com.
Be an explorer in the other 2/3 of your world. Be the buddy who takes the kids in the aquarium instead of just to it. Be adventurous. Be amazed. Be a diver.
Imagine traveling twice as fast as you can drive. Imagine taking friends and family snorkeling, surfing, skiing, shopping, and more to exotic destinations. Imagine attending business meetings in cities far away and still making it home at night. Or just imagine exploring the wild blue yonder. Quit dreaming about it and get to it. There has never been a better time to become a private pilot, and Flight Training Professionals in Orlando will show you how. Flight Training Professionals in Orlando is your full-service flight school. A state-of-the-art flight simulator, a fleet of the latest Cessna aircraft, and a staff of full-time seasoned flight instructors are just a few of the many reasons Flight Training Professionals in Orlando is the place to start your aviation adventure. Call 407-896-0077. That's 407-896-0077. Or go to ftpros.com. That's ftpros.com.
This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate. That's me. Yeah. Barry the boater and Captain Patrick rounding out the crew. All right. So I just Googled it. I get render assistance at sea. It says if you see an accident and someone is in distress, I guess you're not required to help, but you're supposed to render assistance if you can do so without endangering yourself.
Right. You're not supposed to.
On fire.
You're not supposed to.
They're in the water, Barry. They're not on the boat.
You're not under any legal obligation, but that's also why I know in the state of Florida we have, as a first responder in Orange County, we have the Good Samaritan law.
Right.
Which, if I render aid to you,
right,
and in the process of rendering aid,
make things worse, right?
Well, Yeah, I mean, I pull you out of a burning car, and I break your arm in doing so. I can't. You can't sue me for that.
Right, understood.
You know, or
but
you
on a
actually-
boating
you could
standpoint, if
sue me.
if the boat blew up and the people are in the water, you're telling me if they're about to drown, you have no legal obligation to get them or help them so they
Correct.
don't drown.
The only thing you have is moral guidance, which the people that were being harassed had, versus the people that were harassing them, which had absolutely zero morals
Right.
whatsoever.
So once
And
they
I
did
think
this, what happened? The people still were like ungrateful for like saving their lives, or what did they say?
Barry, you want to fill in?
No, they as a matter of fact, the one owner and the one person that did get some burns didn't even want medical attention. They wanted nothing to do with it. It's just
What I mean, okay. So you're saying they did not get into the boat when they said, "Hey, let's get you out of the water"?
No. They got into the boat. They
Okay.
allowed them to save their lives and get them to shore to where
But
they
then
could
they
get.
were
And
like-
again, these people called 911, 911, so that fire rescue would be there, and they did all the right things that you would expect.
But they are still ungrateful.
A person with morals and care for their fellow human man or woman to do, versus the people, the morons, the reprehensible behavior that these people exhibited in this other boat.
Yeah,
chose
what goes
to
around
engage in.
comes around. So, if they're that dumb, I mean, hopefully Darwin will kick in and take care of that situation. I don't know. It's a mess. All right, more coming up on the World of Boating.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
We have to stay away from the coast, stay away from other people, stay away from the other boats.
What then?
South. We circle down to San Diego.
Travis,
Marines at Pendleton, Navy at Coronado, Border Patrol. If they held the line anywhere.
The military are not going to help us.
You prefer the alternative?
Stop the damn boat. That's the alternative.
If I stop the boat, it'll be to drop folks off.
Those idiot boaters that were harassing those folks. It's just sad. But what goes around comes around. Evidently, it'll come back to get them eventually.
It did. Their boat blew up.
Exactly. It did. But evidently, that wasn't a good enough lesson for at least a couple of them, because they still weren't very grateful of being, rescued. So
The thing is, the community of boaters, whatever your political leanings, whatever your ideological leanings, whatever your social leanings may be, when we're out on the water, we really are, we should be.
We're the same community.
As
Right,
one,
exactly.
looking out for each other.
Right.
And helping, because we've talked about helping each other out on water, especially with all the new boaters out there. It's easy to be at the boat ramp and take out your camera and start filming somebody who's struggling, hoping that you get that viral moment, instead of getting out and saying, "Hey, listen, could I give you a hand? Could I help you
Well,
with
wait
the
a minute.
dock
That's a
lines?"
totally different thing, because that's just pure entertainment sometimes, and they just want to share it online. That's not the
but
same thing as this.
The thing is, instead of availing ourselves to help a boater that may be struggling, we would rather take out our cell phone camera and start videoing, hoping that we get that viral video, so that we can get 10,000 hits or 100,000 hits or World Star or whatever the current video platform is of the day.
Sometimes you got to
TikTok,
let
I don't
them
know.
flounder just a little bit. Maybe they'll learn a
No,
little bit.
you don't,
You can.
because when we take the higher road and we offer the knowledge of our many years or decades of launching boats, recovering boats, operating boats, we are a better person, and boaters in general are better for that, versus, hey, let's get out the camera and watch this guy. Hey, look, he's out there by himself, and he didn't set his brake. And listen, I got these wheel chocks in the back, But instead of me going out and saying, hey, let me put these under your tires so you don't have this moment where your truck slides into the water, I'm just going to sit here and film it and wait for the worst thing possible to happen so
Natural
that I can laugh
selection.
about it and
Yep.
post this video. And it's time for us to put the cameras down, get out of our vehicles, and go at least ask. Chances are they may say no, they're fine, but at least you made the effort. Then you can go back to your vehicle and take out your cell phone camera and start recording.
I think you can do a little bit of both. You can film going up as they're floundering, get the video real quick, as long as they're not hurting themselves at that point, and then offer
But
your
see what
assistance.
happens, Greg, is in the instance of vehicles going into the water at the ramp, now you just ruined everybody's day at the ramp because nobody can use that ramp now until the tow truck comes and gets them out of the water. So go and offer assistance, not to operate your vehicle. Let them do that. But hey, you want me to hold your dock lines for you? Back in. I'll tell you when to stop. You got your drain plug in, so on and so forth. All right, let's get you off so we can kind of get things flowing here at the boat ramp.
Right.
And be of an assistance. Be help. I've done it many, many times, and that assistance at times has been turned down. People feel, whether
like, get away
whether
from me. I know what I'm
whatever.
doing.
Yeah, and that's fine. But at least I made the offer. But the times that I have offered and it's been accepted, I've taken the opportunity to teach. This is how you should do this. This is how you could do it by yourself next time. This is how you handle your dock lines. Again, I've been doing this since professionally as an employee since I was 18. I've been doing it on my own pretty much since I was 13. And let me help you with that. But we've taken it upon ourselves because either we don't want to be bothered or we would rather get that viral video because that's what's going to get me noticed. That's going to make me feel better is watching this person struggle. And it just speaks so ill to how we've become as a people and as a society where, again, the boating community, we are better than that. We're better than these yokels that were out in this boat doing this nonsense instead of just going on about their day. Listen, they're flying pride flags and nobody. Big deal. Let's just go on about our
cares?
day. Give them a wave. But no, we're going to go and we're going to be numbnuts and we're going to cause, again, what could have been a really bad situation, cause damage to these people's boat, possibly swamp their boat with the waves that you were creating. And instead, you blew up your own boat and then you got rescued by these very people. And then you didn't even have enough civility left to say thank you or to apologize for being.
You gotta wonder what they're thinking and what's going on in their head.
Yeah,
But,
why
for the
bother?
people
You
that
just write
do-
people like that off, don't you? You just
You
ignore
try
them.
to,
Yeah.
but there seems to be more of them out there. Every time you
No,
help
there's
someone-
not.
Yeah.
Don't let don't paint a broad brush like that, Barry. Come on.
I see them out there. It is something
What?
has changed. Something has changed in boating, where
Oh,
at
hold
one
on,
time-
hold on.
wait.
Wait. Come on, Barry.
No.
Seriously?
Okay, let's go backwards a little bit. At one time, you could leave your boat wherever you wanted with the keys in it, and it wouldn't move.
You can leave your house unlocked.
Yeah, you
That
could do
has nothing to
in
do with the
key.
boating community, though.
Well, it's not the older boating community. It's the newer boating community that doesn't seem to see the community. They only see themselves.
Okay, but that has nothing to do with boating. That you're making a comment about society, maybe in general, but you got to be careful. I think to paint
Not everyone.
paint with
I
such a
didn't say
broad.
it.
Well, you said it's
No,
like
well-
you see this all over. What are you kidding me? Come on.
No, Barry's right because let's go to Lake Oroville, California over Memorial Day.
But
weekend.
that's like making a comment like, oh yeah, it's getting way worse. All the boaters out there are a bunch of racists. That's kind of what you're saying.
That's not what he said. What
Well,
he's saying is
If you don't-
the boating community is becoming more selfish than helpful.
Right.
Wrong.
That's what he's saying.
Do I got to play this again? Seriously? That's not a boating thing. The boating community is some of the best people on the planet.
That's the point. It was the best people on the planet.
It still is.
There still is a lot of them out there that are great people.
The
that'll go out
majority
there
of
and help
them,
things.
by far, are good people.
You
You can't let a few bad seeds like that, paint a brush against the entire boating community. That's what I hear you guys saying.
We can use it and this show as a platform to implore.
Don't be these idiots.
Plead that we are better than these people that we talk about, and we're not making fun of these people that did these horrendously stupid things.
You don't got to make fun of them. They've pretty much set the example for themselves, haven't they?
We don't have to make fun of them, but we can use them as an example of what not to do, what behavior not to engage in, and that we should be doing the complete opposite of what these people have done.
But that's common sense, I think, is my point. What do you mean you would think? It is
common sense.
Yes.
Who would want to be associated with such nonsense? There's not anybody
Apparently there were 7
listening
people
right now.
on this boat that chose to be associated with
Okay,
it.
yeah, and they kind of dug their own hole there, haven't they? I mean, they pretty much illustrated, here's what you don't do, and if you do it, you're going to end up like these morons on the local news and newspapers and internet
for, this show,
for
we would say
eternity.
They sunk their own boat.
Right.
Exactly.
But,
yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about something simpler. Down here, there have been a lot of news reports about, a lot of people, they go out on their boats, they go to these islands that are out in Biscayne Bay, and they have become dumping grounds. People don't take their garbage back with them. They're just leaving it on the islands here. And it's become it's not a national thing yet, but now it's a Florida thing. They had Governor Ron DeSantis down here talking about it. It's been in the local news about these islands that are not getting cleaned up. People aren't packing their stuff out.
Not only that, they're taking out furniture. They're taking out Barca loungers and crap.
And they just dump stuff.
And leaving it out there because we're going to spend a day. We found this thing laying on the side of the road. Somebody threw out this recliner. Hey, let's take it out to the island and leave it.
So it has changed.
All right. I don't think this is a boating thing. This is a societal thing. And I just don't like the boating community being singled out like that. Maybe it's just me, but I don't think it is. More coming up.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
Do you have a message or product you need to share with the boating world? Well, look no further than the World of Boating radio show. Just like you, thousands of boating enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to worldofboating.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Traffic sucks, unless you're scuba diving with Mike Scott.
Mike glanced down at his dive computer. It showed less than 50 psi left in his tank. Probably just a few more breaths.
Or riding shotgun in a thrilling car chase.
One bullet hit the Jeep's windshield, spiderwebbing the passenger side. Mike shifted into second gear and felt the Jeep leap forward. This just got serious.
Escape your commute with audiobooks from author Eric Douglas. Download to your phone. Go to booksbyeric.com or audible.com.
Hosting a radio show about scuba diving and boating is one of the best gigs on the planet. It's actually part of my job to check out and report on cool new products I personally use to enhance my diving and boating adventures. However, I do believe in sharing the joy, and this is why we've added Nanook protective hard cases to our list of products you can now purchase on the merchandise page at scubaradio.com. Nanook cases are designed to protect the most sensitive equipment in the harshest environments. Underwater photographers, listen up. From their high-impact NK7 resin to their exclusive Power Claw latches, Nanook has raised the bar for those of you that demand the best protection for your gear. Plus, Nanook protective cases cost less than similar products currently on the market. The company has been around for over 15 years, but it's new to the U.S., so we've made a small number of Nanook cases available exclusively for you at a special introductory price on the merchandise page at scubaradio.com. Go there now and check out Nanook, the evolution of protection.
Successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the World of Boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Look, you may not be book smart or history smart, but you're throw people off the boat smart. And frankly, I'm starting to think that's the best kind to be.
Oh, they built the ship Titanic, and when they had it through, they thought they had a ship that the water would not go through. But the good Lord held his hand, so of course it could not stand. It was sad when that great ship went down. It was sad. It was sad. It was sad. It was sad. It was sad when that great ship went down
to the bottom of the sea.
Husbands and wives, little children lost their lives. It was sad when that great ship went down.
This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate. Barry the boater. I don't know, Captain Patrick is missing in action. Did he storm off in a huff?
No, I think his, he pays for his internet, I think, by the hour.
Ah, and he ran out of time. He ran out of minutes.
Time. That was an interesting song. Where did that come from?
It's just one of our many in the World of Boating stash. And, we try to, entertain and annoy as many passengers as possible. We probably did a little bit of both with that one. But we are here to celebrate the boating lifestyle. And just to kind of circle back about what we were talking about, Barry, that I'm a little protective of the boating community. I just felt that you and Patrick were kind of beating up on our boating people a little bit too much and kind of lumping them into, a societal issue as opposed to, because most boaters, them, they are very helpful. They love the environment. They love getting out there and being with nature, and they're some of the best people on the planet. And that's what this show is all about, right?
I just sent you 3 news articles. There is a group of people, a group of boaters that have been boating for a long time. They love the environment. They clean up the environment. They do things. And they talk specifically about the changes that have happened in the past year with people getting into boating and not caring. They don't have the same ethos, ethics, whatever you want to call it.
But once again, that's not a boating thing. That's a people thing.
But they are boating, and they are causing the issues. They are the ones that are leaving their trash out. They are the ones that these paddle boarders and that these rowers that go out there, and you have these people on these wave runners and jet skis circling them. They say doing donuts in the water, which makes no sense at all, but I understand what they're talking about. Just harassing other people, not being polite boaters.
Well, they're just being ignorant people. Once again, I don't know that I would consider them as just part of, you got to differentiate the boating community and people as society.
That's what I'm trying to do. It's not the regular boating community, the people that have been brought up to be peaceful out there.
Well, stewards of the environment and that kind of thing, right? Yeah,
but these are a group of people that have gotten into boating because they couldn't do anything else, especially in 2020 when you look at what all the boat sales that we've talked about it over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
The people are buying boats because they want to be able to have their freedom again to go out and do things, but they're bringing their bad habits with them. How about that?
All right. I guess I hear what you're saying. And you're talking about the same person who would flip, garbage out their window of their car.
Exactly.
Maybe getting into boating, and they probably shouldn't be doing that. But, the community in general is great. And if you see that, you should call it out, as a fellow boater. And if you see someone leaving garbage, like, hey, man, you're not supposed to do that, dude. Come on.
They've had, you read those, watch those reports I sent you later. It has been in the news every day here. They have a reporter out there. You see a guy in a wave runner. He just put his garbage on the island and takes off, and they're yelling, hey, aren't you going to pick up your garbage? And the guy just flicks him off and leaves.
Yeah, well, that's not a boater.
It's giving boaters a bad name.
Yeah, right. I would agree with that. But, but once again, you got to understand there's going to be these bad apples, and we do got to police our own. Peer pressure is the way to go with that, and
you would hope.
Yeah. Well, I think anybody who does it long enough is going to realize that, hey, maybe I shouldn't leave my garbage, someplace.
If they see other people do the right thing, maybe they will follow along.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, but if you see it, call it out. Like I said, that kind of
Down
thing.
in
And I
South
think
Florida,
that's pretty
you may
common.
get shot.
Well, there's that.
Yeah.
The stories he sent me, are from Miami. So it's,
So
that's a little unique situation maybe down there in that neck of the woods. But anyway, I digress. We're here to celebrate the boating lifestyle, and I think more is better. But yeah, we got to police our own. But just because you get a few whack jobs, that's where I go back to the whole Darwinism type of thing. It's going to take care of itself in a certain sense. When people do stupid things, it's going to catch up with them. But
not if you save them.
well, but all the press they got, I'm sure they did not appreciate being singled out as morons. So maybe it'll sink in. Maybe just take some time. We'll see.
Yeah, and that's what we're hoping with all these things, with the increased boating, the disrespect, the garbage that's put out there.
Yeah.
And again, I say it again, it's not the boaters that were taught different.
Right.
It's the people that have gotten into boating and bring their bad habits with them and don't realize this is a different lifestyle. This is not a lifestyle where we don't want to destroy the environment.
Well, of course not. But once again, Barry, I don't want to dwell on it so much to the point that someone listening right now and is thinking about getting into boating, like, gosh, I don't want to do that. They're a bunch of friggin' whack jobs and they're destroying the environment. No, it's not like that at all. This is like a very small thing. And that's what I'm trying to be careful about. I don't want to alienate anyone. You know what I mean? Because the more people we get out on the water, the more fun they're going to have, and the better it'll be for all of us, I believe, in the long run.
Yeah, maybe we won't lose our sandbar either.
Well, there you go. Exactly. You get out there and have a cocktail or two on the sandbar and socialize, educate them, whatever you need to do. All right. So I know we ended on a semi-positive note. Fair enough, right?
Fair enough.
Okay, even though we lost a couple of crew members along the way. That's how we roll.
He's
All
out
right.
there swimming.
There you go. Till next time, remember, whether it's sail or motor,
life is better as a boater.
Safe boating, everyone.
Come back here, you barnacle-bitten swab!
World of Boating is brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Any of this getting through to you, son?
World of Boating is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Computer standing by.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past shows worldwide over the internet at worldofboating.com.
Computers can do that?
So tell a friend and come aboard every week for the World of Boating.
This is so great. I can't wait. I'm getting goosebumps. Feel me. Feel me.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
TTFN, ta-ta for now.
The opinions you just heard on the World of Boating are those of the hosts, callers, and guests. They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
What are you being such a weenie for?
While on the water, your safety and the safety of many others depends on you. So boat smart and operate your vessel only after receiving the proper training and instruction for your area.
There is a fine line between genius and madness.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at worldofboating.com.